Happy Sunday, everybody. This is Scott Grossberg, author of The Most Magical Secret, 4 Weeks to an Ecstatic Life, and The Most Magical Secret Action Guide. Do you know your purpose? Are there times when you feel completely frustrated, you have lack of direction, you're restless, and I'm a big proponent of being restless, but you feel restless, you don't know what to do, you're afraid, by the way, that if you make a choice, you'll cut off all your other options? We've all been there. I just got done having lunch with a very dear friend of mine, and we had this conversation. He stopped me at one point during our conversation, and he just said, look, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore, why I'm doing it, and what I should care about. And that got me to thinking. I believe all of us have been there. We will be there again. And I'd like to offer you something that has nourished me and spurred me on, and maybe it will help you. You know, when I wrote these books, I talk about fulfilling your purpose. And it's not as much about knowing your purpose as completing it. And this brings me then to that core fundamental belief that I have, and that's that I am not a man with a purpose. I'm a purpose filled with a man. That's a very fine distinction that I'd like you to consider. For the next week, I'd like you to think about the possibility that maybe you don't have to even know your purpose. Maybe you don't have to define yourself by what your purpose is, as much as you just have to turn yourself over to what purpose has been driving you since you were a little kid. So here's something to experiment with for the coming week. Go back, make a list of all the things that turned you on, that motivated you, that seemed to be themes for you from the time you were 10 to maybe 13, 14 years old. There will be patterns there. Just look back at them. Remember what you did, what turned you on. We're not dealing with the things that frightened you or the things that stood in your way or the obstacles or your enemies. We're dealing now with what turned you on, what motivated you, what set you aflame when you were a kid. And then I'd like you to look at those things that you've put down, because those are the purposes that have driven you. Those are the things that have lit you up. Take a look at them and see if there's a pattern or patterns. There may be more than one. And now, take a look at your life today. And I'm willing to bet that those same things, those same purposes, will turn you on today. Now, the challenge that we all have is that we seem to have learned through the media and through school and through family members and some of the religious organizations that we have to have a clearly defined purpose. And I'm saying you don't have to have a clearly defined purpose. You just have to turn yourself over and trust that the purpose will use you if you have enough faith in yourself and in your magic to do that. So today, I want to carry forward the first of the 3 pillars we talked about, and that's mastering your magic. We will get to mastering your audience and mastering your doing in subsequent months. But today, this is all about mastering your magic in the most refined way possible, and that's understanding you are already a purpose. Can you take the themes in your life, the patterns in your life, the strategies in your life, and turn your magic over to that with the faith that you have in yourself and what you want to accomplish? So again, I'd like you to commit, sit down, go back and write down the themes and patterns and structures and strategies in your life from when you were a kid, the things that turned you on, those underlying purposes that you had. Look at them, find the patterns that are there, and then bring that forward to today. And I would like you to take a look at today's life, where you are today, and see how those patterns still thrive and nourish and spur you on. And then just turn yourself and your magic over to those patterns, rather than stressing that you don't have a direction or stressing that you're feeling restless. As a matter of fact, those are good feelings. Those feelings of restlessness will keep you advancing forward. It doesn't mean you don't have a purpose. It just means you may not know what the purpose is at this time. You got to have faith that the purpose is keeping you going. And with that, go out, make it a magical week.